Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the YouTube Business Academy Mastermind. Today, you are in for a treat because we have a very special guest for you. Our dear friend Youri is joining us for this mastermind, and he promised to reveal all of his YouTube automation secrets. Well, maybe not all, but at least some. So I hope you're excited as I am for this mastermind and you are ready to take notes for the next hour. So, without further ado, let's begin.
So we're going to talk about search. So I'll just quickly do an introduction, I think, about what I've been doing and then the results from that. I'll quickly just go over the story in short form. I'm sure some of it already know, but just for people that have no clue, I'll quickly do that so that we can kind of understand what we're going to talk about here. And then from there on, George, I think the plan was to go into Q&A mode, right?
Yeah, let's split it up in two. So first you do your thing, and then the second half we'll open up for Q&A.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. I think I'll just quickly do a quick introduction, and then Q&A along the way is going to be good. I think that's the best actually, because then we can figure out what's going on in the community, what people are interested in, or what their main questions are. So for the ones that don't know, I'm Youri, born in the Netherlands, just like Ron. And I started YouTube in 2019. I've done some previous stuff before. I was like a kid, nothing crazy to be honest. That was just playing around. You couldn't really make money back then. But then in 2019, I kind of just starting it to actually make money. Since I had finished high school, wasn't going to college, so I was just playing around online. I had some Instagram theme pages. Decided to go into YouTube because I saw people like Graham Stephan, and back at the time, Riaz the Entrepreneur. They finally started sharing some of their stats, which back in the day was quite rare because no one really knew that YouTube money. I mean, we all know YouTube money existed, but you had no clue about the back end stuff. So that was kind of the period where a lot of people started showing that, and that kind of got me interested. So that's where I kind of got it going. And then I started out doing videos myself. So with Facecam all the way. So just videos in English, which at the time, my English wasn't as good. So it sounded very, very Dutchy. So you had the clear Dutch accent. But just decided to start, and then slowly but surely, I'll just do the quick version, that kind of started picking up. So it took about 6 months to get monetized. So the first 6 months, I was working at it every single day for like 8 hours, whatever, right? And I made $0. So that also kind of sets the tone for people in there right now that may just be starting, and you're like, am I gonna make money right away? Or you could, but it could also take 6 months and you can still end up fine. So if you're not making any money right away, it's not a problem at all. Just keep it going, keep improving, and then I'm sure, just like me, after 6 months, you'll finally be monetized and you can start making that money. So from there on, was still doing the work myself, slowly but surely started making more money. I remember it, like the first day I made $5.26, then 23, then 20, and then slowly but surely just worked the way up to like $100 a day, still doing all the work myself. 2020 was about, then COVID hit, all that crazy stuff. So the entire year I just spent making YouTube videos, and the channel started growing a lot. And then I got introduced to YouTube automation, and that's also when in 2020 I picked up the search model, which we're going to be talking about today. So quickly, what is search? YouTube search, what is it? Basically, it's a traffic source. So you've got browse, you've got suggested, you've got playlist, basically all these different places from where you can get people to your videos. YouTube search is one of them, and I kind of discovered it on accident. Now the funny thing is, I stuck to it because it worked. So my first channel that I talked about, that I started in 2019, I started growing that, and it got to $100 a day. Some of which came from recommended. I had a few viral videos, but I noticed that the steady traffic and kind of like the easy way of getting views, at least for me at the time, was all coming from YouTube search. So I started in the make money online niche, and then I remember it was like make PayPal money or earn money from PayPal or anything like that. Like the PayPal keyword had a lot of search traffic, and it was very easy for me to rank for whatever reason. Apparently that keyword was just undervalued. So I started making a lot of videos, a lot of search traffic came from there, and naturally I just decided, because that's what they all tell you, I just decided to keep doing what was already working, and that happened to be search. So I kind of just rolled into search, and then slowly but surely I just kept that going, where in 2020 I started building a channel specifically designed for search, meaning that you post whatever video, it literally doesn't matter, but just with the pure focus of ranking it in YouTube search so that you can build predictable income. And that could be anything. So that could be about this microphone, and then the next video could be about some swimming pool. It could literally be anything. And that kind of took off. So then from 2020 into 2021, I started making a lot of money with search, and that just kind of continued to keep going up until the point right now where it's 2022, the end of 2022, quarter four, where I still have the majority of my traffic coming in from search. And at this point, it's been, if I add up all of them, I've probably done over 50 million views just from YouTube search. So a lot of people might think that it's not big enough, or it's too saturated, or you cannot scale it, which to some extent makes sense, because recommended, it could be easier because YouTube decides they could just switch it on like this and they're going to push your video. But 50 million views will show you that, well, actually, if you combine, it's probably even more. I'm not sure about the exact number, but it shows you that there's definitely a lot to do in YouTube search, and then you can either specifically target it in specific topics, but we'll get into that later. But just to make that story real quick, basically got started, naturally just got into YouTube search traffic because that was what was working. I doubled down on what was working, and then I just continued to roll into YouTube search, and that is kind of how all of that came about. And then right now, George, I think it's best, if you guys agree, to just go into Q&A, because it can talk a lot about theory and this and that, but the best value, I think, is going to come from answering specific questions, since a lot of them will probably have it.
And I think this will give us an opportunity to answer as many questions as well as possible because I think we have 32 members right now with us here. So should we start raising our hands, and then we'll just take it one by one. So if you guys have a question, just raise your hand and we'll do in order, and we'll just go from there. So if anyone has a question for Youri, just raise your hand.
Please.
Okay, fine. I'll raise my hand. So you said that you kind of came naturally to it. How did you understand to double down on search and expand into other topics? Because on my main channel, I also see that most of my traffic and subscribers and money and everything comes from search, but I never kind of got the idea that I can make a separate channel about all kinds of different topics, you know? Yeah. And when that clicked, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, that really does make sense.
Yeah, it's a weird one, to be honest. So I had a friend, Bradley, maybe some of you have seen him as well. He owns a few channels, and he kind of got me introduced to that search model at the end of 2019. So in the beginning of 2020, I started that new channel and really started doubling down on just YouTube search. But to be honest, it's just because someone told me. Otherwise, I would probably not known, because it doesn't make sense. If you look at those channels, most of them don't get a lot of views, it seems like, because they have like a ton of subscribers, but then their recent videos don't have any views at all. And that's because it's YouTube search. So the audience coming in from all different videos. Let's say that I've got a video that gets a lot of traffic from search about this microphone. The only people that will come there to that video are people that have this microphone and have some sort of problem that they want to fix. Now, out of these videos, a lot of people will start subscribing. So let's say the video about the microphone here got 1 million views. Let's say out of that 1 million viewed video, 1,000 people subscribe. They subscribe to me because they appreciate the value I gave them. I solved their problem about this specific microphone. But that's it. I'm not going to make any more videos about the microphone if it's not worth making a video. So I now have the 1,000 subscribers from this microphone, and they're interested in content about the microphone. They really aren't there for me or for the channel. They just subscribe because it helped them out, right? And then next time, let's say I upload a video about this water bottle. Totally random, I know, but let's say I do that, right? Then I have the 1,000 people that subscribed for the content about the microphone, but then I'm going to start uploading content about a water bottle. So the people that subscribe for the microphone are not going to watch the one for the water bottle. And you can basically see there, if I start uploading all these videos, then you get subs coming in from all sorts of random videos that aren't interested in the next video. And that then results to that like inactive channel where it seems like you don't get views. So I didn't know that that model was around. I didn't consider the fact that these channels were successful. It's basically just because my friend Bradley had a channel like that and he told me about that. So I guess what we can take from that is community, like we're all doing right now here. If you connect with other people, you might not know how it's going to end up. For example, I saw George making videos about YouTube automation like 4 months ago. I was like, okay, interesting. He seems like a cool dude. Let me text him. And now I'm sitting here, right? So I guess what you can take from that is definitely try and engage with others and just exchange information, because that's basically how I stumbled onto the search model that now has brought me a lot of success.
Okay, one last question from me, and then we can move on to the queue. I think this is going to be interesting for a lot of you guys. How much have you made already in 2022? Everything combined, search. Ballpark.
I'm not sure, mate. Let me check right now. I really don't know.
I think in one of your videos you mentioned you're expecting to make over $1 million.
No, that's not right, mate. In total, not in this year.
Yeah.
I mean this year or in total?
Well, this year, 2022.
I'm not sure, but I can open up the channels.
Okay.
In terms of AdSense revenue, the rest I'm honestly not sure about.
Multiple six figures.
Yeah, I mean that's what it's gonna equate to.
Not bad for
especially right now. The CPMs are going crazy for whatever reason. You can see, I'm not sure if the quality is good. Let me try and see. You can see that it's going up, right? So this channel did $575 2 days ago, and then yesterday did $535, and the CPMs are also going up like crazy. But you can set it to 2022 on the app. But this channel has made 100,000 in the last year, and it's going up like this.
Man,
all the accounts.
Youri, if you ever need a job though, hit me up, okay? All right, let's take the questions from the members.
Yeah, I also have a question because nobody's raising their hand, so I'll also.
I think someone did raise their hand. No?
Oh, let's do Chris first then.
Yo, Youri, first of all, thanks for sending me that message over there. And
yeah, I was gonna say I just DM'd you.
Yeah, bro, and I wanted to say, like, besides AdSense, like, do you rely on anything else? Because I was thinking, like, how could you use affiliates towards that? If it's like random stuff, like you're saying, like apps or like a drink, like how would you use affiliates for that if you do?
Yeah, so it's not really, I just use the water bottle stuff as an analogy. So it's not really about that. It's usually online content, like, not online content, like social media apps, software, all that kind of stuff, right? So what you could do, and that's really good with YouTube search, is you've got a problem, because people come in usually for a problem. They go to YouTube, they type in some sort of keyword that is coming from a problem, because you don't just go to YouTube. You wake up, you're like, let me watch some YouTube. You usually end up on like a Mr. Beast type of video. You don't end up on a how to solve or like how to make a landing page for WordPress, web, blah, blah, blah. You don't end up there. So everyone that's coming to these type of videos have a specific problem. Now, what you can do with a problem is solve it. And you can solve it with information, or you can solve it with a product. For example, let's say that I just started my new business and I need a landing page. I'll probably go to YouTube because it's an easy form of learning. I'll type in how to create a landing page in 2022, or how to create a landing page on Wix, or how to create a landing page with WordPress. Whatever specific keyword it would be, they come there to solve their problem. And you can provide their solution in the form of a product and an affiliate link. So if it would be, I'm just giving a random example, let's say that the problem is they need to create a landing page. They'll go to YouTube, they'll type in how to create a landing page with Wix or with WordPress. You start making videos about these topics, and then in that video, you can promote a bunch of products. So that is just one example. I would then promote Wix, for example. I would sign up for the Wix affiliate program. I would show them how to make or how to solve the problem with Wix. So I'm showing them how to solve the problem with the solution in the form of an affiliate product. That is one of the best ways to do affiliate marketing, because you're not just randomly relying on someone buying it because they like you. What most classic influencers do, for example, they'll get a sponsorship and they just randomly promote it because their audience is very general. They're not specifically looking for one product in most cases. With like the major celebrities, for example, David Dobrik, people like that, they have a very broad audience. So it's very hard to do a specific affiliate product that is going to make sense, because you're never sure if they like this or they like that or they need this or they need that. But with YouTube search, what you should do is link a product onto a problem that you can solve with the video. So then, once again, that example could be how to create a landing page with Wix. People go to that keyword, they need a landing page, and then in that video you show them how to do it. You're like, hey, I got a link in the description. If you sign up, you can get a discount, or you can get whatever, or you just say, if you appreciate me making this video, I'm taking the time, please click the link, it supports the channel, blah, blah, blah. So that's mainly how I do that, and one of the best ways to do so. I'll give you an actual example of what I did to make a couple $1,000s, which was kind of easy, and I'm not sure if it still works, it might be outdated, but you have Netflix, right? I'm in Dubai as of right now, for example, If I go to Netflix here in Dubai, I cannot watch certain shows depending on the location I'm in. You could be in Spain, you could be anywhere. You can't have that. Now, the problem is I can't watch specific shows on Netflix, or I can't access the Dutch Netflix where I'm originally from. The solution is a VPN. So what I would then do, and that's actually what I did, I was making I'm not sure about the titles. I think it was how to watch American Netflix or how to watch German Netflix, blah, 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 in and then another country, or how to change your country on Netflix. That was a problem many people had. And then the solution to that problem were VPNs. I know Hessel's in the chat here. Hessel used to do that as well. He also made quite a lot of money with that. And then basically people saw these videos, and the VPN was their solution. So they bought the VPN using the affiliate link, because if they're there anyway, it's easier to click on the affiliate link than to go to your browser, type in the blah, 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 and then go to it. So that is a real life example of what me and then Hessel used to as well, used to basically, set up an external income source apart from AdSense.
That's genius.
Can I add something to this?
Sure, of course.
Imagine that when people search for a specific solution or for a problem they want to fix, the conversion rates for those videos are very high because they need to fix their solution. And if that solution is a product, you can make a lot of money. I made like a VPN sales. I got a $13 commission for promoting a specific VPN, and I got 5 views, and I already made like 2 sales. So if you find a good low competition keyword, man, you're in.
Exactly.
All right, I think we have who's on the line? Marcel?
Hello, how are you? I have some questions, Youri, but thanks for being here too.
Sure.
How much money are you spending monthly on your channels?
It's about $8,000. So that's video production and management. So I have a manager that basically runs the operation. His name is Ali. Maybe you've seen the interview with him. So he basically takes care of making sure the videos are being made, making sure they're on time, making sure they go live, fixing all the problems. Basically, I basically stepped away from it, from the day-to-day operation, and he's managing that. So I'm paying Ali about $2,000 per month just to run all of that part, because we're making a lot of videos, so it makes sense. And I've been building with him from the start. I don't think it's necessary to spend $2,000 per month. It's probably a little bit excessive. However, he basically helped me build it from zero. So I appreciate him for that, and I want to keep working with him for the long term. So that's why I pay him a little bit more than necessary, which hopefully comes back with some loyalty as well. I do really think that believes in that. Like, I believe in that, and that goes 2 ways. And then the rest is basically video production. So depending on how many videos exactly we do that month, it would either be 7K, 7.5K. But like this month, so in October, I sent him $8,000 for the production.
How many videos, more or less?
Ooh, I'm honestly not sure. We aim for the search channels for about 75 across all the channels per week. So about 10 videos per day. But sometimes there are videos that can't go through because we've got the person doing the research, and then maybe there's something wrong with that topic, or it's, let's say, for a specific laptop or a specific, anything specific that we don't have access to. So a few videos will fall through. But usually we aim for about 75 per week, and then that basically gets spread over the channels.
And do you pay like for video?
Yep.
Can I know how much?
Yeah, for sure. For sure. So I started out, like I said, working with Ali for $20 per video. Now I changed that later on. I'll tell you why and how much, but I started working with Ali for $20 per video, and that was when Ali started out doing videos himself. And then I was like, yo, I like this. Let's scale up. I want to do more videos. How many can you do? And then all of a sudden I had Ali's friends, his brother, his nephew, I had all these people that could make videos. So he basically established his own team there, and I'm still using that team as of right now. But because of the nature of how that got into things, basically, I was paying him $20 where he was still taking a profit. So I'm sure he was paying the team members that he was then setting up less money. And then later on we switched that. So I went from paying $20 per video to paying $14 per video, and then paying him the 2K management fee. So in the first place, or at first, he was making money by selling videos to me, but now he's making money managing it. I'm just paying a base fee, or like a bait, like the normal amount to the team members, if that makes sense. Now these $14 will get me the, let's see, the video production, so recording it, the editing, the thumbnail, and then uploading it. Now because it's YouTube search, it doesn't require much creativity in terms of thumbnails, titles, all of that. It's kind of like, it is what it is. So because of that, I'm comfortable outsourcing the uploading process as well, because there's not that much that needs to get changed. We can just set formats, and these formats can be followed, and everything can be done correctly. So because of that, I've outsourced all of that too, and that is $14. And then for the shorter videos, as I'm sure a lot of people do as well with these search channels, for like 2-3 minute videos, I pay about $5. I've seen people do it even cheaper, which is crazy. But yeah, I just like paying a decent amount as well, where it makes sense. Yeah, you guys see who just raised their hands. So, but I just paid $5 is how I got started, and I still do that. So these are the shorter videos, and then the $14 ones are the 8-minute videos.
And how do you know like the tutorials that you are spending like every month are being worked? Do you have any Excel or something like just to know the data, or you are just spending and seeing like?
Yeah, I'm spending, and then I'm basically just looking at the revenue day by day. But what you could do, and what I used to do, you can filter on a specific publish date. So let's say that you just started doing this, you can track exactly how much revenue videos from a specific day for specific month are bringing in. If you go to the studio and you click on see more at revenue, you can do in the top left corner, you can set a filter, and then you can do publish date, and you can do specific dates. And I use that for a wide variety of things. For example, let's say, because I used to do topic research myself, and then I outsourced that to a girl from the Philippines who's now doing research there. So at the moment that she switched, or we switched from me doing research to her doing research, I can then track that. I can see how much money these videos are bringing in that I used to do, and the ones that she did, to kind of keep track. But overall, I don't really keep track on like day to day, like the videos are uploaded day by day, but more so as a whole. I just know if I spend X and the channel is now making this, it's totally fine.
Next one is we have Zaxify. Zaxify, if you want to unmute your... Okay, don't have a mic. Is the search business model specifically based on long-form content? I can't read it because I can't open. You want to open up?
Yeah, so it's not. It could be both. It could be anything, to be honest. So I actually got started with the shorter kind of videos, which were like 2, 3, 4 minutes. And then slowly but surely, I just started testing 8 minutes. So I kind of have it divided where... The thing is, with some videos, it just doesn't make sense to make it 8 minutes. For example, once again, keep going back to the water bottle referation, right? Like if I need to create a video about this microphone, like let's say it's not working, and the solution is literally to plug in this cable, it's going to be hard to make that an 8-minute video. I'm just going to have to ramble on, and it's not going to be worth it for me. It's not going to bring value. So it depends on the nature of the video. So it could be both. It could be shorter, like 2-minute videos, even 1 minute, even shorter than 1 minute. Or it could be 8 minutes, 20 minutes, an hour. You can really play within, like, I would say within a wide variety of kind of videos. You could do short and very, very long. I'm not sure if you guys know Nate O'Brien, but he has a channel called, what's it called? Central Media, where they do 1 hour long tutorials. And all of that is basically YouTube search. I'm sure there's some recommended traffic in there as well, but a lot of this is YouTube search, or at least the nature of it. It's usually how to do affiliate marketing, blah, 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 how to make a website. And their videos are like 1 hour long. So it really just depends on the nature. Like you could do a very long tutorial and a very short one. It just depends.
All right. I think that answers the question. Felix, you're up next.
All right. So going back to what you were saying about sponsorships, I've seen some of your previous videos and you said you have a designated sponsorship guy that you pay a commission. Mm-hmm. So can you elaborate more on that? Like, how do they go about getting sponsors? What kind of percentage do they usually get? And what kind of channel do you usually need to have in order to have a person like this get sponsorship deals?
Mm-hmm. So you could have it for any channel, to be honest. The thing is, as long as you get views, you'll probably have people that are interested in getting sponsorships. So what I found myself was that I'm getting all these views. I have an email in the YouTube channel, like in the channel description, as well as the videos. But the problem was, I'm just not really good with emails, or too busy, or I don't care, or whatever, right? I was leaving money on the table because I'm annoyed by emails, and most of the emails that you get are scams because they simply sent like these NFT scams and this and that. There's so many scam emails. So the problem I was having is that I was getting the opportunities. I was just not taking them because it was too much of a hassle. And that's why I decided to hire a brand new manager. So I'll quickly go over the setup in terms of the percentages and how that works. So what I've done, and this is really important, don't use the same email from your YouTube channel as the email to reach out to, because that's number one way to get hacked. Because if people don't know your email, it's really hard to hack you because they have no clue. But if they know your email, it's much easier. So never put the same email that you use for your YouTube channel as the email to reach out to. I recommend setting up a separate email for the brand deals. So I did that. I put it in the description. And then basically from now on, these emails will reach my brand deal manager. Now the brand deal manager gets paid 25% commission per deal. It's a good incentive. It's not crazy high. It's not too low either. Because let's say that a brand deal would be $2,000, right? He would make $500. He's from a country where $500 goes a long way. So he's got a great incentive to land these deals and to go at it. Whereas me, I don't specifically need $500. I'll still eat. I'll still enjoy my life. So in comparison to him, he would like that $500 can really change his life or can really go a long way. So that was really important there. So he is now basically taking care of the incoming emails. So because we set that in the channel description, people and brands will start emailing that email, and then from there on, he just picks it up. And that what we also tried is just doing outreach. It's a lot harder, especially with search channels, because you really have to convince the companies that it's worth it. However, it is possible. Recently, I think it was 3 days ago, we had a company worth $8 billion buy a basically we set up a brand deal with that company, and it's recurring. So we're doing 4 videos per month for them for about $1,500, and that basically goes on and on every single month. So in terms of the setup, it's very easy. You create an email, you get your brand deal manager sign into that email. So it's a separate email. You put that into your YouTube channel description, your video description, basically anywhere so that people can see it. Once you start getting a decent amount of traffic, there should be a fair amount of emails coming in organically, and then your brand new manager can pick those up because he or she is in the email, and then from there on, they will do their job. I don't really care about it. I'm not really looking at it, and I just receive a text message as soon as a brand deal is being made. And then the brand deal manager, I've connected with Ali, the team manager, so as soon as there is a deal, the brand deal manager will tell Ali, who takes care of the content. The brand deal manager says, yo, this video needs to be made. Here are the requirements, because usually these brands will have requirements set up. And then the team basically gets to the content production, and then the video goes live. So for me, and maybe for you, depending on your situation, it would be different. For me, what was important is that I was leaving money on the table, but I didn't want to spend any time doing it. So that's why I got the brand new manager in the first place. I paid him a decent commission so that he has good incentive to actually land the deals and work. And then I've set up the brand new manager in contact with the team manager so that the production can also get done without me being involved. So I basically make money without doing more work.
Okay. And how do you go about pricing these sponsorship spots? Is there like a certain formula that you use, or is it based on channel size?
Yeah, it really depends. It really depends. Honestly, I leave it up to my channel, to my brand new manager, which I know, like it's gonna sound weird, but like once again, it kind of comes from the intention I had with setting it up. So I don't really care too much about whether it's gonna be $100 more or less. Basically, as long as we land the deal, I'm happy, which sounds weird, and it depends on the kind of channel you have. With search, I don't really have an active audience, like I explained earlier as well. So any money that we take, I'm fine with, perfect. Because the video costs, like I just said, are $14. So if we can get paid $500 or $1,000, totally fine. Obviously, we're not gonna just do it for the sake of making like a few dollars. However, I don't care as much. Whereas if you've got a channel that is based on your audience, so your audience is really like the factor that's driving your channel forward, because they tune into your videos right away, they drive up the engagement, which then pushes your video out more. You want to be very careful as if you have a personal brand, because otherwise you're going to bore your audience. They're not going to come back to your videos. But because with search traffic specifically, they aren't coming back anyway, it isn't really a thing of like, oh, do we need to take this brand deal? Does it fit with our brand in terms of like the culture and this and that? That's not really a thing, at least with the search channels, in my opinion.
All right. Thanks, Yuri.
All right, Halim, you're up next.
Hi, everyone. So basically, my question is almost like a two-part question. Firstly is, what sort of balance do you generally have in terms of the type of content that you're creating for? Is it more software? Is it hardware? Is it even web apps? So that's obviously how much of your content is concentrated in which areas. And the second part to that then is, if it is technology, which I'm sure there's technology involved in it as well, what sort of obstacles do you generally have and how you overcome them for where your freelancers don't have available technology around them?
Great question. So it's such a wide variety. For example, a lot of it, you're right, is indeed software and technology stuff. So like apps, websites, software, all that kind of stuff. That is, I would say, the core of it. And then apart from that, like outside of that, it can literally be anything, like I said. I remember I used to make videos about how you can calculate like a discount percentage and blah, blah, blah. Basically, anything that I thought was going to get views, I would just upload. Because it doesn't really matter to me whether I upload a video about a microphone, about calculating stuff, about software. As long as it makes money, and that's all we need, right? So I basically tried and tested everything. However, like you said, a lot of it is indeed software, websites, like finance platforms, all these kind of things. Reason for that is because it's popular, so it's getting a lot of search traffic. Second reason is the CPMs are very high, and that kind of goes into the third reason, which is kind of the same as the second one. Because all of these companies are advertising, it also gets well known. Because these companies, like you just said, one of which is the company that we landed a brand deal with, the $8 billion company, they raise money through basically doing these investing rounds, right? So they've got all this money. Where did they spend that money? On ads, so that their platform gets known. So it kind of goes it all goes hand in hand. I make this video about a platform that has a high CPM because they advertise, and because they advertise, I get a lot of traffic. So it can literally be anything that gets views, but like you said, indeed, the majority is software-based, web apps, all that kind of stuff. And that's also where then most of the traffic is coming from. And then outside that, it's social media apps and just random websites. But I've tested anything, I've tested most of it, and those were the ones that worked well. Now, could you remind me of the second question?
Yeah, sure. The second question was, because you gave an example of your microphone as an example then. So if you've got any hardware then to some of the other parts of the world, like the Philippines or and so on, they don't always have that readily available technology, such as like the iPhone 13 would be a great piece of technology to do a lot of content on, but they typically might not have that. So how'd you go overcome that?
Basically, we just don't make the video. Very, very simple answer. Honestly, there is so much to do out there that yes, we might leave some money on the table by not making a video about the iPhone. But it's just that we cannot really do all of that, because the problem is, for example, I've got a Samsung. Yes, I know, don't roast me, guys. But then you could make a video about this phone. You could make a video about, a whiteboard, a monitor. But it's just that there's so much to do then, it's just not possible. And that just is what it is. So we just mainly focus, like I just said, on let's go, Peter, Samsung rocks. Shout out to you, Peter. But basically, you could make so many videos. It's just that it's just not going to happen, because then you would have to come up with some formula of I thought about it, I'm not going to lie, where you would order the brand new iPhone, you would make the videos, and you would return the iPhone. You would buy this microphone, you would make a video about it, and you would return it. But the thing is, it's going to become a hassle as well. So we just basically don't make them, and we just accept the fact that it's not possible most of the time. But as long as you've got a laptop, you've got a phone, most videos are possible, because like I just said, most videos are indeed about software, apps. So basically they're worldwide available to most of the devices.
Question then, which is, because you're talking about the software and the web apps, you talked about if there's web apps for something financial, for example. Have you found I'm sure there is different niches for softwares and web apps that generally have the higher CPM. Got any examples of obviously interesting places to look towards?
Yeah, for sure. So honestly, I'll quickly go about how I started testing that. So in 2020, I started figuring out, because it was, I don't know, just that accident. I was looking into my revenue from the channel, and I just noticed that some videos were getting like 10 views, 50 views, but they would be in the top of my revenue of the day. So I figured that these had a very high CPM, and then I just started testing all of it. Now what I found is that the higher CPM ones usually come from what I just told, from the companies that are advertising and that have a lot of money. So usually the corporate companies that are in industries where the, how should I say, the product costs a lot of money, and it could also make them a high return on investment. Because for example, if you sell water, right? You're not going to run ads. You're not going to pay $5 to get someone to buy this bottle of water here that might cost 50 cents. It doesn't make sense. Whereas if someone needs to create a website which costs, let's say, $100 per year, and their lifetime customer value is $600, so on average, customers stay with them for 6 years, they're now definitely going to spend $5 to get someone to convert into a customer. So I figured that out, and from there on, I started making videos about these companies. Now, usually what I found is that these companies are in web development, project management, finance, so like NFT platforms now, crypto platforms, trading platforms, normal stocks, basically anything regarding money, finance, courses, Shopify dropshipping, Amazon FBA, basically anything that can make a company back money in return. That's where your high CPMs are going to be. And it's not going to be at your typical Instagram stuff or your Facebook or anything like that. Whereas Facebook ads will then have a crazy high CPM. So how to delete your how to delete your profile on Facebook probably has a $1 RPM. How to run Facebook ads in 2022 probably has a $20 or $30 RPM. So you can see, just because they can make back a lot of money in return on the customer or on the viewer that's watching, they'll spend a lot of money on ads, and that money ends up in your pocket as well. So high CPM, usually, like I said, web development, finance, like anything regarding that, stocks, business models, basically things where people sell courses and companies sell products that are worth a lot of money. I guess that's the easiest way to explain it, because then you guys can go about things yourself and you can start putting that in the category, and then you can figure out if it's going to be high CPM or not. But yeah, examples: make money online, business models like dropshipping, Amazon FBA, and then project management, web development, all that kind of stuff.
Cool. I think that answers your question quite in depth. Kirill Palmero.
My question is, if I were to start a channel tomorrow, I wanted to do an SEO channel just like yours, how do I manage to do the tutorials and find the people to do the screen recording if I don't know how to do the tutorial myself due to zero knowledge, not having the software to do it? Basically, where do I find that person to do it, or how do you do it when you upload daily? You don't do the tutorials yourself, so you hire who? How to find him or her? So basically, the question to a part of that question is zero knowledge, right? So if you have zero knowledge, the perfect thing is you don't need any knowledge at all. So with tutorials, let's say, once again, microphone, right? Let's say this microphone is broken and I figured, okay, I'm gonna make this video about how to fix this microphone. I have no clue how to do it. I'm not a technician, I have no clue. Even if you're a total noob and you have no clue about anything at all, what you do, you simply search for the topic yourself, you watch the video, and you remake it. What I like about this is that you're not Mr. Beast and you don't have to creatively come up with a video. So you don't need to think about how to do this, or like how do we go about things. No, it's very clear what you should do. If you need to download TikTok, it's basically go to the App Store, search for TikTok, click download. Okay, but then if you don't know how to download TikTok, but you want to make that video, what do? You just go to YouTube, you type in yourself how to download TikTok, just like these other people. You watch the video step by step, and you simply do that thing. It's almost a factual thing. It's like you go to the App Store, you search for TikTok, you click install, and it's done. So if you have zero knowledge, it really doesn't matter. You just search for it yourself and you remake it. That's what I did myself as well when I got started. And that actually ends up in you getting a lot of knowledge as well about a bunch of different platforms, which is perfect. Now, in terms of hiring, how do you find them? It could be anywhere. It could be TikTok, It could be Upwork. It could be Fiverr. It could be any platform. You just have to look around a little bit longer, I found, because you need someone that can kind of freestyle them. Instead of having a script and all of that, you just need someone that can open their phone. They can basically go to Instagram and they can do a live commentary about the steps that you need to take. Now, once again, what I do myself in my teams is I always provide them with sample videos. So if my researcher puts in a video about how to download TikTok, what we do is we provide them with a sample video from YouTube, and we basically link that so that our freelancer can watch that and simply recreate it him or herself. And that is basically how you can do that. But in order to find them, Upwork, Fiverr, freelancer.com, PH Jobs, basically any freelancer platform, you just have to look around a bit more. The usual titles I use for these job posts were YouTube tutorial creator, YouTube tutorial video maker, explainer video maker, anything like that. You just play around the titles in order to find someone. It does take a little bit longer than finding a usual scriptwriter or usual voiceover, but you're definitely able to find people. Just takes a little bit more time.
Next up is Christopher.
We got a lot of shy people today, huh?
Yeah, come on guys, turn on your cameras. We need content.
How do you do SEO for the tutorials? Do you do SEO? No, I don't do it with vidIQ or TubeBuddy. Honestly, SEO with these kind of videos, it really is easy because like usually the title is basically what people search for anyway. And you can kind of just put that into your description and you're done. It's not like you need to find, or at least I don't do it. You need to find like the most secret keyword, blah, blah, blah. It literally most of the time, and that's how I built all my channels. Let's say the keyword is how to download TikTok. You just put that as the title. In the description, you just put, in this video, I'm going to show you how to download TikTok. I'm going to show you how to do this step by step. Step number 1, go to the App Store, blah, blah, blah. You just list out the video. But there are not so many secrets in terms of SEO with your title and your description. If you make sure the video is good, the thumbnail is good, and your title is exactly what people search for, that's pretty much all you need to do.
Perfect. Deepak is next.
For starting, how much money do you need? It depends. So YouTube automation, right, means that you're going to automate it, you're going to outsource the work and then set up processes so that you need to do as less work as possible, basically. So with automation, you do need money. Now, preferably, I always refer to about $500 up to like $750 per month to invest into your videos. But if you can start a channel without investing money and you just do the work yourself. That's how I got started. So you do it faceless. So basically instead of YouTube automation, which is pretty much the same thing, you start like a cash cow channel. These are the terms being used. So you can do it yourself. If you do want to invest, I would always say about 500 at least, like the minimum, up to 750. Usually that fits the requirement. And then how long does it take to make 10K? There's no answer to that. You might never do it. You might do it in a month. You might do it in 6 months, in 2 months. Really, there's no answer. It depends on the quality of work you do and how good you are at the skill. For example, if Elon Musk would do it, he would probably make 10K within an hour because he puts it on Twitter and he's making money, right? But that's because it's Elon Musk. If someone does it as just getting started, it might take 7 months. You don't know. And it's also not really about how fast you'll get to 10K. If you can get to 10K at all, you'll be fine, right? If you do it in 3 years, if it takes you 2 years, 5 years, as long as you get to 10K, I would say it's worth it. So I wouldn't be too obsessed with when or how exactly or any of that. I would just realize myself, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to get to 10K. Whether it's going to take me a year, 4 years, I don't care. I'm going to get to 10K. And then when you're at 10K, you can celebrate and you've made it basically. So don't be too obsessed with how fast.
Success 4K. Are you still with us here? If so, please show yours.
Yes, I'm here.
Hello.
So my question is, can shorts be search-based?
Interesting. They can be because they've added the feature. So they didn't have this, but now they do. So if you go into shorts, I'll quickly open up my YouTube app to see if they still have it. Yes, so I'm in the shorts feed right now. You can see some shorts playing. It's probably too small, but right there you'll see the camera, and then next to the camera, right now you can see it, you'll see the search thing. So within YouTube Shorts, you can search for specific stuff. The only issue is that the nature of that is probably not gonna work. So for example, I'll keep referring to the microphone thing. If my microphone is broken, what do? I go to YouTube and I search it in the normal search bar, right? Because I come here as the standard opening page, and then I click on the search thing, and then I search for it. I don't go to shorts and then start searching for how to fix the microphone. So it could work. It just depends on the nature of the videos you want to make. I have not figured out yet. I've also not really looked at it yet. in terms of what people would search for in shorts specifically, and I don't think there is that much traffic just yet. Maybe it will be there soon, and it will be a thing.
Can I add to this? Because people were seeing like guys on, like young people on TikTok, they were using TikTok as a search engine rather than Google, for example. So it can maybe take some time when short is being used more by people that they will maybe use the search function as well more. But it depends on the audience.
But Ron, what do you think about? I don't have the TikTok app, so I'm not sure how it works.
Me neither.
However, interesting. So then, if you open TikTok, I think there's only one search bar, right? There's only one place where you can search stuff, right?
Could be, yeah.
Exactly. So then we're just going based on theories here. So then the problem with that is that on YouTube, the main search bar that people use is on the homepage and not within shorts specifically. And I think on TikTok, it's one section and that's it. So every search term is being used in the same search bar. As with YouTube then, you've got the normal search bar and you've got a search function in YouTube Shorts. So people need to go in Shorts first and then search for specific things in Shorts, which is getting
But also, if you
harder.
search from the homepage as well, when you get the search result, there also will be some shorts in there.
Yeah.
Not as many as the long videos.
Exactly. I don't believe they're going to start doing that, as they want people to stay on the platform, right?
Yeah,
So then they're probably going to rank longer videos instead of normal shorts,
I think so too. Yeah.
unless they really are keen on the fact that that short is going to provide the most value or people watch that the best or anything like that.
The next one is Alexi. Alexi, where you at?
This question is primarily for Youri, since he's the master of search-based channels. I wonder, how do you basically find a good and well-balanced niche for this kind of tutorial-focused channels? Because I've been thinking about it, and I feel like if the niche is too broad and has lots of volume, but is well covered already, it might be very hard to rank on it. But on the other hand, if you choose a niche that is not competitive, there is if a niche is not competitive, but there is not much volume at the same time, it would be hard to actually get enough views to earn any significant money that would be worth it. So
Yes, you're right.
I've been thinking about how to find this balance. And for example, is it safe to get into niches that are well covered already? And well, that's basically my question.
Yeah, it's a good question. So you can go about things many ways. So I've previously talked about the VPN example, so the affiliate stuff. So you can do a lot of different ways. You can go very broad and go mass volume, or you can go very targeted and link it to affiliate offers, for example, or in a specific niche where the CPM is really high. You can basically go about it many ways, and any model could work. But in terms of your question and like the volume and stuff, you can do, like I just said, so many variants. So I have a channel where it's literally anything. Like I said, I was making videos on my phone, like with my calculator, how you could, like, I'm not even sure, calculate like a discount percentage or like the most crazy stuff, just because I thought it was getting views. And then the next video would be a video about TikTok. So you could do anything and it could work. You can also go specific markets. So for example, you might go NFT, and then you could make search content about all the NFT platforms. What you would do is, first of all, create a list of all the NFT platforms, then go to these platforms, start making videos about every single feature. Make sure that people search for it though, by using the search bar, confirm that people are indeed searching for it. But if they are, you can make videos about all the features on the platform. You can then make comparison videos from platform 1 versus platform 2, platform 1 versus 3, 1 versus 4, 2 versus 3, 2 versus 5. You can keep that entire thing going. And then you can do it very targeted and then link it to an affiliate offer, for example. But honestly, just start uploading, start testing stuff, because it's search based, and then you figure out what works and you can keep that going. I just kind of randomly stumbled onto all of it. I didn't think about, I'm going to go this specific market or anything like that. It's just a wide variety of things that can get me good amount of views and have a decent CPM. And then I just upload all of that, and then it just ends up to a great amount at the end of the day. So you can do any variation, to be honest. It really just depends on the kind of stuff you want to upload. Do you want to go social media? Do you want to go software? And then you just start and you see what works, and then you just continue to do what works, and you also start testing some new stuff. If the new stuff works, you can continue to do that as well. If it doesn't, you just keep testing until you find something that works, and you keep doubling down. So honestly, the answer is you could basically do any variation.
When it comes to competition, I mean, for example, if I went into a Excel niche or let's say PowerPoint niche, niches that are very well covered in general, would I be able to rank in them like after some time, or is it completely pointless because there is so much competition, so many videos? It's
A good point. It depends. It depends. If there's a topic that, let's say, gets searched for 1 million times per month, and there are already 10 channels with 1 million subscribers that have 5 million views on that video, you shouldn't make a video. You're not going to rank. However, in that niche, Excel, there are tons and tons of things that are either new or that are no videos about yet. So the skill is to find the videos that are new, that get a lot of search traffic, and the videos that aren't around yet. So if you see that a lot of people have this problem of whatever, right? Making like a table of contents, whatever, or anything like that, any specific feature in Excel, and people have a lot of problem with that, but there's no video yet, you should make a video and then you can still rank. But do you make a video about something that has already been done 1 billion times and the other videos already have 1 million views and the other channels have big sub counts? YouTube is probably not going to show your new video to them. So you should go with the smaller topics first and then build your way up until you can rank for the bigger ones. But you should aim, when you're just getting started, to make videos on the topics that are new or are not there yet, or basically topics where you can instantly rank or rank faster. And that's the way you can kind of build up your backlog of videos.
I just want to know, like, I'm in the scaling part now on my search-based channel, and like I find it hard to find like 300, 400 plus topics a month. I asked the same question to Hassel the other day, and he gave me a great value about it. I just want to hear your perspective about it, Youri. How can you find these amount of topics? Like, I'm talking about 300, 400 a month in like great topics I'm talking about.
Yes, you got to get creative. So the strategy I use, I just first of all put out a lot of stuff. So initially you might be able to find 400, right? Then you've already made these 400. So then obviously you cannot do those again. You think, but you can. So for example, if I already just made a video about the microphone and it's working well, or maybe it's not working well, it doesn't mean that I cannot make another video about this microphone. So first of all, I have a lot of videos that are very, very similar about the same topic or about the same software, but we just do a slight twist on it or make it slightly different so that it still works. That's number one. You can simply do that. So don't think because you've already made it, you cannot do it again, or you can slightly do it different. And apart from that, you just really have to think about formats. So I always used to do how to, and then I would type in action words, as I call them. Action words would be delete, post, upload, change. You can basically do anything like that. So any action word. And then you can get the entire list there. And then you start finding these apps. Then you find TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat. What else you got? Pinterest, YouTube Studio, basically any app. And then you start getting introduced to that app. You can make any video about the app. You go all the features. Then you can do comparison videos. TikTok versus Instagram. Binance versus OpenSea. Any stuff like that. You then compare them to each other. You can do a review for every single platform. You can then do... Basically, I'll quickly cover them up as a whole so that's easier to understand. So you can do every single feature on every single platform. You can do every single platform tutorial. You can do every single platform review. And then you can compare every single platform against each other. Create a list of 10 platforms that are most popular in the industry. You compare number 1 versus 2. 1 versus 3, 1 versus 4. 2 versus 3, 2 versus 4, 2 versus 5, 3 versus 4, 3, 5, you get the point. You basically all the combinations, and then you got 1 billion videos. And then from there on, you just see what works and you do another version. Basically, there are a bunch of different variations that people search for and that you can make. So if you made how to download TikTok, you can make that video, but some people might type in how to install TikTok and then you can make that video. So you just got to get creative. There's no specific rules. You just play around with it. And then from there on, you just continue to be creative and you start trying all these different variations and things like that. I don't have a specific way of doing it, but the stuff I just listed already should equate to like hundreds of videos basically.
All right, and I think this quite nicely rounds up this mastermind. So Youri, you are the star of this mastermind. So thank you so much for your time, for your knowledge, for the value you provide to the community. Thank you everyone for coming up. We really appreciate every single one of you. I hope everyone enjoyed. Hope everyone had fun, enjoyed, found this valuable. Make sure to stay in the community and maybe we'll do this more often.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you guys for tuning in.